just talking about anime. Yes, it's important to hear what they say. Argue over weapons throughout night and day. Now that you listen to the Rant Cafe.
Yo, what is happening, everyone, and welcome to a lovely, glorious episode of the Rant Cafe Anime Podcast. And I'm going to say it right now, because Animac will then later slap me for not doing it. We're on YouTube, and we're on Spotify, and we're on, like, Apple stuff, and Twitch, and we have a Patreon. All right, with all that out of the way, and your support is very appreciated on every platform. Today is a wonderful day, because one of our resident ranters, Evan It Zero.
It's pronounced Evanito. Just saying.
Who he tries to convince us it's pronounced Evanito. He made yesterday a tier list of his favorite anime of all time, from S tier to D tier. And since it was one of the worst lists I've ever seen, we've brought him here today to destroy his face. With me today, I have my other glorious co-hosts, Animac from Anime Uproar.
Thank you for the introduction.
And for calling you glorious. And we also have someone who I don't even need to call glorious because we all know, Lord Brigo.
Cha-ha-ha! What up, everybody?
Not only is he a member of the Rant Cafe, but he's also a member of Nux and Briggs.
It's true. It's true.
And, of course, we also have today one of the gamerest people on the planet, hiding in public.
What is up, my fellow Chibits?
All right. Now,
We actually had Chibi, eh? We actually had Chibi on the other day.
Dude, we had Chibi on, and I got him and Jack his boy at the same time because I'm a tech master. That was amazing. But anyway, I think we should start from the bottom and move our way up to the S tier, because the S tier is...
Okay, first of all, before we even do this, I am being cyberbullied. You know how this happened, guys? They invited me onto this here podcast to tell me, hey, Evan, we're going to bully your taste in anime.
That's not true.
That is exactly what happened.
We did not invite you and tell you you would be bullied. We invited you, and only after you came we told you were going to be bullied. It's a completely different thing.
Ah!
But to be fair, we did do this also with Nux. We roasted his list. I didn't pull any punches, so I mean...
Not, fam. I mean, in fact, I advocated to do it. I was all for that. I thought it was great.
Yes,
so be a man, grow some balls, and I'm excited to get to S tier, where you have Don Machi.
Anyway. Oh my gosh. Okay,
and just to update you guys before we get into it, the Rant Cafe Isekai light novel Chapter 3 is done, and I'm just waiting on feedback from Nux and Briggs. And then we're going to make it available on our Patreon before eventually revealing it. We also have to figure out where we're going to make all the novel chapters available online. Right now we're leaning towards just making it available on all the platforms and just see which platforms are more popular because it's hard to choose. And Evan Nito will appear in Chapter 3 of the Isekai light novel.
Woohoo!
And our other guest who is here today will be appearing in the following chapter, or the chapter after that, we'll see. But give it up for Hiding in Public.
Thank you, Animac.
I'm going to really enjoy working with you and Evan on the light novel, even though I'm not consulting you at all. But yeah, let's get.
I just wanted to say, no worries, man. If he roasts your character in this story, I will not stand for it. I support you, bro. We're the Hiding Boys.
Right? Support Hiding but roast Evan? Is that how this works?
Boy.
No, dude. I think he's too lenient on you, Evan. You should hear what my changes are.
Oh no.
Anyway, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of one of the worst tier lists that has ever graced this lovely platform.
Worst. Have you seen Recons?
Oh, right. I'm glad you mentioned Recon, because until this point, we always know Recon as, like, he's our go-to example of bad taste. And then Evan comes straight up here and just goddamn eviscerates Recon.
No,
like, absolutely steals his throne.
No.
I've never seen something like that before in my life.
No.
So did Recon make a tier list as well?
He did make one.
Oh, maybe there'll be a sequel episode where we make fun of his. I don't know.
Yes,
but
we'll have Recon and Hiding.
Me and Nux were in a Discord call yesterday watching your stream while you made this, and we were laughing so fucking hard.
Dude, we roasted you in the chat so hard. He started like half crying. I'm like,
No,
I would
no,
rather swallow anal beads after use than look at this tier list. He's like, Lux, why are you being so mean to me? Yeah, anyway, we had fun. That was great. That was a good Nux and Briggs moment. But anyway, very important to note. First, he has this little line of anime that he's never seen, so he couldn't put them anywhere on the tier list. So that's fair. Let's just quickly cover a few notable ones. Being
Okay, so
Sword Art Online. He never saw Sword Art Online.
So here's the thing. I have seen Sword Art Online. See, my whole thing was Sword Art Online is so terrible that I want to forget that I've ever seen it. Therefore, I put it in never watched.
So you're
It's
saying
not
this
that terrible,
list,
man.
you're starting off by saying this is a subjective list, but I lied. Right? That's how you're starting?
What do you mean? I did not lie. First of all, okay, the entire criteria for this tier list was very simple, okay?
Okay.
Each show in this tier list had to be better or worse than the first episode of Naruto Shippuden.
All right,
Also,
you try to explain. I tried to explain this to the man yesterday. Listen to this logic. Just feast your eyes on this.
Okay. Also, the second criteria was, do any characters in the show have an N-word pass? Right?
What?
You know, if they have an N-word pass, that immediately means that the show was either S
Egil
or
is one of
A
the
tier.
main characters in Sword Art Online, and he's black, right?
But you know, look, he doesn't deserve an N-word pass. Let's be honest,
Wow.
he's an SAO.
Here's Evan, the pinnacle of black masculine dudes on the planet. That D straight up took away your N-word pass in public.
All right. Well, I'm very much looking forward.
Is this, man?
Yeah.
You guys are-
Given this criteria and given this logic, this is going to be a shit show. So I'm looking forward to it.
in your not watched list, I see
Uh-huh.
that Dead Man Wonderland one, right?
No, Dead Man Wonderland's in D. He has Sword Art Online 1 and 2. He has Nisekoi, Death Parade, Bakemonogatari.
Oh, yeah, Death Parade. That's what I
So,
meant.
so,
yeah.
so I have seen Death Parade. I just accidentally dragged it there and never dragged it out.
Oh my god.
So
Okay.
this list is not only full of lies and terrible opinions, but this list is also just clumsily
There
made.
aren't lies in this list. Everything here is just facts.
So you based off everything you said, you proudly screenshotted this and posted on Twitter and said that me and
Yes.
Nux were wrong. When you just
Yeah.
oh, I dropped it here, never watched. I actually watched it and liked it, but I just didn't want to move it. Okay. Great. Great.
I also see that you have My Little Monster in there. That's actually a funny show.
Yeah, I never like finished it, which is why it's a never watched.
That show
Look,
needs more episodes.
We can't blame Evan if he's never watched a series that's, you know, like, you got to give him some slack here. But it's the fact that he did watch half of them, but still has them and never watched. To show what kind of a garbage list this is.
No, okay, all right. See, Charlotte is in there for a very good reason, right? Charlotte was good until the last few episodes, and so again.
Oh,
for the
you
same
watched
reason
it?
as SAO. Yeah, but like,
So
I
why
finished
is
Charlotte.
it never watched?
Because I want to forget that it was so bad. Okay.
Do you
It had
understand?
potential.
Do you understand how tier lists
This
work?
man
Like
doesn't
that's
Understand
valid.
That I don't want to think about Charlotte. Okay, if I think about Charlotte, it's gonna ruin my life and it's gonna ruin my day.
What the hell
So
is
then
this
put it in-
logic? Can you imagine this man is like a school teacher and he's like, and the student comes, the student gives him the test, and is like, so what did I get? Like out of 100, you got a Charlotte.
So I actually did teach elementary school kids for 4
I'm
years.
giving you a
and-
sticker out of 10.
To be
Well,
honest,
now-
I have half of my psychology teachers in college.
Okay, they're psychology teachers, man. That's like pseudoscience anyway.
Okay, so let's get this straight, guys. So we have the never watched, and half of them in here he has actually watched.
Yes, literally.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's seen Charlotte. He's seen SAO, which is 2 of them in there. He's seen Death Parade. That's 4, and he hasn't seen 6.
Evan,
So that's pretty.
Evan,
So-
do you know how tier worst lists work, right? Like
Yeah, yes, of course I know how they work.
so
bro.
you
All
saying
right?
that the end of Charlotte was bad is valid criticism to put it in D or C. That's how a tier list works. Not hey, I'm gonna put it in never
it's
watched.
So bad, like look, bro. Again, it's so bad that I want to pretend like I've never seen it.
All right,
okay?
I've had enough. I've had enough. Let's
Funny
move
the
on.
Show, actually.
Dude, you could have made a tier that was so bad you tried to forget it, and then you could have put it in that tier. But it's not in them. Never watched.
Never watched. Never watched. Okay, that's how it works. Never watched.
Very interesting logic. Definitely not completely insane.
Thank you, Animag. Well, moving on to the D tier. These are the bottom of the barrel garbage shows that Evan thinks are just straight trash. The worst of anime. D tier. Big sad. So he starts off with Dead Man Wonderland. And I'm not going to say anything because I've read the manga and I've seen the anime. And the manga is much, much superior. The anime is pretty meh. I would have probably put it in like C, but I'm not complaining. Anyone have any complaints?
No.
I mean, I didn't really have to think about that one. I just really didn't like Dead Man Wonderland so much.
All right, fair enough. No complaints. Now, are you ready for some complaints? Now, I know that Animac is not a huge Tokyo Ghoul stan. So him seeing Tokyo Ghoul in D tier is actually nice. But the fact that you have Tokyo Ghoul 1 and 2 in the same tier is just asinine.
Okay, all right. See, here's the thing. All right, you know,
Didn't you say Tokyo Ghoul Re was better than the original? Didn't you have that take at one point?
No, Tokyo Ghoul season 2, yes, is better than.
Just
oh my god!
Okay, all right, okay. See, look,
I'd rather get hemorrhoids than sit through
Tokyo
this.
Ghoul season 1 is for like those people out there, I feel, who are just absolutely edgy, okay? And like I am not an edgy guy, so like, you know, watching that show, I'm like, what is this? What is the point of this? Why am I even watching it? And then at the end of the season, season 2 was still very much edgy, but like I feel like it told a better story. And you know, people say
The story didn't make sense.
Hold on, people say that season 2 isn't like canon or anything like that, and I'm like, well, maybe that's why I liked it better because it wasn't like
Evan,
what?
Can I tell you something that happened in season 2?
Sure, go ahead.
So at the end of season 1, this man was tortured by ghouls, and his hair turned white. He went crazy and everything. Season 2 starts by him joining the people that tortured him. That's how it starts, all right?
Bro, it's
And
called
only
Stockholm
downhill in
Syndrome,
logic.
bro.
It's not Stockholm Syndrome. He's just nuts. And there's no characters at all in season 2. There was this scene of him just walking, carrying the corpse of a guy that doesn't even die there.
Look,
for
okay,
like an episode.
that was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful.
Hold on,
Come on.
Listen,
Evan, even
Nux.
according to your stupid logic, you should put Tokyo Ghoul Tokyo Ghoul Route A above Tokyo Ghoul. Like, put it in C then.
Okay, yeah, it probably should have gone in C, to be fair.
Okay,
Oh my god!
I actually don't have a criticism for you here, Evan. I agree with you. I think that I've only seen 6 episodes of Tokyo Ghoul before turning away in disgust. I think it's for edgy, like, teenagers, possibly preteens who read by candlelight and shop at Hot Topic. I think it's terrible, terrible show. So I'm on board with D tier here.
I enjoyed season 1. I don't think it was amazing, but I'd probably give season 1 like a B or a C. And you know what's hilarious? Just when I think your taste couldn't get any worse, Evan, and put them in the same tier. Like, you put them in the same tier, which I thought was really bad taste. But then, just when I think your taste couldn't get any worse, you say that Re, which story completely didn't make sense. All the good characters were irrelevant. It's like, really? You think that's better than season 1? Okay.
Yes, I think that's better than season 1.
Great. Quality.
I think, look, okay, I think personally,
I saw this list and I was like, bro, these are the worst takes ever. And then Evan,
how is that bad?
He just comes out here and says, nah, fam, you want to hear the worst take ever?
Okay, all right, well, look, okay, at least K-On! Definitely deserves to be in that tier.
All right, you're trying to move on from Tokyo Ghoul, and I respect
Yeah.
it. We'll move on.
You're trying to give
K-On!
me room to
D
talk?
tier.
Is that what you're
All right,
wanting to do?
hiding, take it away. Eat this
Okay.
man.
What did you dislike about K-On? What puts K-On in D tier? And also, how does Azusa not have the inward pass? That's the second question.
Okay.
You have the floor. You have the floor.
So, you know, I feel in K-On! None of them deserve the N-word pass because I just didn't think that any of them were interesting, right?
It's only interesting people deserve the N-word pass now.
No.
Damn.
Secondly,
That sounds pretty racist.
I feel like K-On! Never went anywhere. Right, like I felt every single episode I was just wasting my time watching it, and I was like,
So
what
you're
is the
saying
point of this show?
You hate slice of life anime, is what you're saying.
No, I don't. I don't hate slice of life. I just
But
felt
K-On's
that
probably
they
one of the few slice of life that actually has a large plot conclusion at the end of the series.
It was just mostly them drinking tea, and I feel like I mostly just fell asleep watching
Man
the
saw
show.
Giga's video and never watched
Allow me
it.
to send you a picture of Black Azusa. Okay,
I've
look at
seen
this
that
picture.
picture. I've seen that
Okay.
picture.
Okay, I find myself, I don't care at all about K-On! So I find myself not disagreeing with my boy Evan.
Fun
See?
fact.
There you go.
I've never-
My bro. My
Nice,
bro.
nice guys.
No, but it's gonna get worse, Evan.
Oh no.
At this point,
I mean,
you know, we're okay.
Even I'm not really a fan of K-On, but I still see its merits. I wouldn't put it in D tier. Like
Yeah,
D
I'd at least
D
put it
tier
in
is a
C.
special hellhole, you know.
I've never seen it,
Anyway.
so
All right. Well, the next anime in D tier is Black Bullet. I loved Black Bullet. What do you have against it?
I honestly just put it in D because I was like, I remember watching this and not liking it too much, so I was like, fuck it, D. I didn't have a second thought for that one. I was like, it's just D.
I love how he has like formulated opinions about Sword Art Online, Death Parade, and Charlotte, but they're all in never watched. But this anime that he doesn't remember whatsoever, that was just drop in D. Yeah.
No,
That
I
is
remember
true.
watching
That is
it and
really
I was
true.
like, okay, I don't really like this that much.
You also remember watching Charlotte and hating the ending.
Yeah, because see, hate is a very strong feeling, all right? So
You
obviously I'm
didn't
gonna
hate
remember that.
Black Bullet. That's what you
No,
just said.
Yeah, it was just, it was all right.
Why is something you hate in like a neutral I haven't watched tier and something you don't hate in the lowest possible tier?
Look, okay.
Ray is
let's-
hiding.
Yo, bro, what is
You're asking too many
Nightbot
questions.
doing? Nightbot in the chat, bro.
So, one of the mods made a command. That's hilarious.
Nice. All right, Evan. Anyway, you've been destroyed on Black Bullet, and it has black in the title. Moving
next
on to
one is
another
also
anime
black.
with black in the title.
darker than black.
Evan is racist confirmed.
No,
Sorry.
I can't be.
All right. Anyway, the next one is Darker Than Black, which is a fantastic show.
Now, all right. See, my
Okay, yeah. So
explanation for
Evan,
one
this is
very
where
simple.
it gets bad because you are including here. Okay, I get if you just talked about season 2 of Darker Than Black, it gets kind of weird. But you're here including the original season of Darker Than Black, which was epic.
Yeah,
I don't think it was one of the greatest anime ever because there's a lot of unanswered plot holes and things like that. Maybe not plot holes, but just mysteries. But overall, it's such a cool show. It's got my boy Hey, Electric Batman, from China. It's got, bro, the openings alone, the first two openings alone of Dark and Black
The
are worthy
flashback,
of at
the
least
power.
A tier.
The fight scenes are so good. It's some of the best fight scenes in anime.
And here's the thing,
Darker
I
Than Black.
agree with you on all those points. My reason for putting it in D is because season 2 exists.
Okay, Evan, let me just
So-
destroy your face for a second. All right, you said that the reason why spoilers, everybody, he put Naruto Shippuden in an S tier. Okay, so the reason why he has Naruto Shippuden in an S tier is because he really liked the first episode of Naruto Shippuden, disregarding anything that he may dislike about the series, and even admits he hates the last 200 episodes. All right, but Darker Than Black. When I asked him about Darker Than Black, I said, "Did you like the last episode of Darker Than Black?" And he said, "The last episode of Darker Than Black is one of my favorite episodes in anime."
Yes,
What?
that is true. That is true.
There's no
That is
level
true.
of consistency
No,
here.
no,
Like-
no.
Not even the
Naruto
slightest
Shippuden is
thread.
S tier because the first episode was good. Darker Than Black is D tier
No,
because the final episode, maybe the greatest ever. Second season, wasn't so great.
the second season was bad enough to drag down the entire show. Okay.
Unlike
Damn.
Naruto Shippuden's first episode.
That's a
Yeah,
pretty
that's
ludicrous
even
fun
episodes
there,
of Naruto
ludicrous
Shippuden.
fun. Thank you for the
No.
25 subs, ludicrous fun.
Honestly, Evan.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you,
crazy.
Ludacris.
Anyway, we
Evan, I feel like you're giving us just like a really you're making it difficult for us to even formulate a proper way to criticize you because
Yes.
basically looking at this is like arguing with a scatter plot. Like there's there's nothing to even tether the different criticisms to because
Yeah.
it
Hiding, hear me out.
I don't understand.
Perhaps this is like this whole list is some kind of postmodern commentary on lists in
this
general.
is the Jackson Pollock of
Yes,
tier list.
exactly.
Jackson Pollock of tier list. He just freaking sprays anime on it wherever it goddamn lands.
I said
This is
before I did the tier
Deridian,
list that I hate
Deridian
tier lists.
deconstruction, guys.
Anyway,
Okay,
moving
so
on. We're still stuck in
before
D
we
tier.
move on, I just want to say, sun will rise, close your eyes, don't fall in.
falling.
Thank you.
It just blows my mind
In
that
the shadows.
he took the time to separate certain anime like Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, but then he puts Darker Than Black and Darker Than Black Season 2 right next to each other, despite admitting that Season 2 is way worse than Season 1.
This man has Konosuba 1 and 2 on this.
Yeah, no, actually, so I didn't want to do 2 second seasons, but in the end, I dragged Konosuba up there again, and I was like, oh fuck it, whatever. So
Yeah, Darker Than
Wait,
Black,
do
I'd
you have
give like
Darker
a
Than
B.
Black season 2 on here?
B to an A.
It doesn't. It's not here.
Oh, I thought they were next to
Okay,
each
yeah.
other. My bad.
No, that's
Anyway,
something else.
the next one is Future Diary.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I thought Future Diary was okay. Like, I mean, you want to put it in D tier because you don't like edgy stuff. Like, that's personal preference. I respect it. I respect that. Even though I think it was pretty okay. Like, I would put it in C tier personally.
Thank you to Woke Space for gifting
edgy.
26 subs.
This man, oh my god, this man doesn't like edgy anime. He has a Kamiga Kill in C tier.
no, okay, a Kamiga Kill is not edgy.
We'll get there. Don't worry. We're not
Okay,
talking about
alright,
that. We're
alright,
still in D
alright,
tier, all right?
alright,
Clearly,
alright.
Evan has an
Don't worry.
IQ that's dumb high. He has an IQ of 189.
Shut the fuck up.
Anyway, so the next thing he has in D tier, I'm sorry, chat, please don't freak out. Kuroko no Basket.
So it's in D because I primarily don't really like sports anime, and it's one of the few that I've seen, and I was like, it's all right.
Thank you,
That's
Langer,
it.
for 30 subs. Thank you very much. Very cool.
Damn. Langer's a mad lad.
I'm sorry. So first of all, let's be clear, right? You have this whole thing of never watched, right? You've seen all 75 episodes of Kuroko no Basket?
Yeah, and like I just don't think it's like all that. Again, I personally don't really like sports anime. Like I'm getting through
Except
Haikyuu
Keijo.
right now as well.
Except
Okay, Keijo I fucking love, but like I'm getting through Haikyuu right now, and I actually like I'm liking it. But Kuroko Basket I thought was just okay.
What would
Alright,
D
if you-
think about you putting the most famous basketball anime in the lowest possible tier?
Okay, D doesn't have to know because he
D's-
would never.
you know.
Who's D?
He would never. Give me
These
that.
nuts, haha.
Nice.
He said
He has the channel Revel House on you, right?
yeah, he's
Yeah,
the one who
Blouse.
took away Evan's in-pass.
N-word pass. Yeah.
Oh, Dissidia or whatever? Dissidia?
Yes.
Decent, yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I remember him from Mudan's Weeb Wars.
Hell yeah.
All right, cool. Well, anyway, so I like Kuroko no Basket a lot. If you have a personal bias to sports anime, this is a personal list. Okay, your next one is Guilty Crown.
Yeah, Guilty Crown just didn't live up to the hype.
What hype?
Like it was around the time of its release, right? It was like hyped up so fucking much with like
you watched this at the time of its release?
I did, and like they.
You
I'm
were watching
old.
anime in 2011?
Bro, I'm old as shit. I'm 27. But like,
I'm aware. But you watched this anime in 2011?
yes. And so
Alright.
like there were so many like
So
ads
it's the
for it.
letdown aspect.
Yeah, it was just the letdown aspect of it, and I was
So-
like, oh, this is just bad.
Well, I see his point. because there was a lot of people who were like, bro, if you liked Code Geass, you
Yeah, I
would
heard that.
love Guilty Crown. And I was like,
Yeah, that's kind of sad. I've seen that also. It's like they're not in the same league. It's like very sad. But all right. So next you have Batum, which I have seen.
I hate Batum so much.
I mean, there's a lot of real edge lords in Batum. Like, all right,
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
And next there's Irregular of Magic High School.
Yeah.
I agree with that take. I thought it was pretty bad.
It's awful. It's very bad.
yeah, I didn't get
Mac,
through
do
it.
you want to mention the next one in detail?
Yeah.
I know that you were
Yes.
sharpening your claws for this in the last 24 hours.
Oh God.
Evan,
Yes.
Evan,
Yeah.
bro.
Okay. Bro,
In
yeah.
D tier, Elfen Lead.
Yes.
Elfen Lead
Yeah.
in D tier. Like
Yes.
Elfen Lead is such an example of a like horror anime that is not edgy. It is a genuine good horror anime with great emotional stuff. Yes, the animation is a bit dated because it's an older show.
I don't
But-
care about the animation.
It's amazing story, and bro, the way they make you feel about the characters, especially Lucy, the way that she's done all these horrible things, and yet still they make you like feel for her because of all the things she's been through and her relationship with Coda. Bro, are you shitting me? Are you and that intro, bro? Do, do, do,
Intro was awesome.
do, 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 do,
We lost him. We lost him.
Yeah, you broke me, bro. You broke
To
me.
be clear, in case it wasn't apparent enough, that was not my singing. All right. Because I would have gone full opera, you know. I would have gone one of the.
I don't know, I felt like when I watched this anime, to me it just felt pretty pretentious, and I just again it was just a bit too edgy for me.
Define your
it wasn't
terms. What would you
pretentious
consider
or
pretentious?
edgy. What's pretentious about this? I mean, you have Evangelion in A tier, but this is pretentious.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
That's
That
because
is fair.
Evangelion has substance. Yeah.
No, but see, this is the thing, man. Okay, so let's compare Tokyo Ghoul as being edgy garbage versus Elfen Lied. So in Tokyo Ghoul, he's like this dude.
50
Holy
subs!
fuck.
Oh,
What?
Jesus.
That's a pretty ludicrous fund right there.
That's a
That's
ludicrous
nuts.
one.
Was that woke space?
That
Oh
was
my
woke
gosh.
space.
Wow, bro.
Oh.
And ludicrous
I
fun.
was-
They're just like tag teaming the subs, bro.
Bro, these men are
Amazing.
dancing on us.
Yo,
That's
he
guys are
just did
dunking on us,
50.
bro.
50.
He's having a sub war right now.
Holy cow.
Amazing, guys. Thank you
We-
so
we
much,
really-
and
we really
Evan.
appreciate it.
But
Thank you,
we
everyone.
can't get distracted from the fact that Evan. Okay,
No,
so let's
no.
look at
Absolutely.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Yes.
It's a dude who's like has an eye patch and he's at a coffee shop and he gets tortured for fun. Versus an actual situation where a character is being like experimented on and the horror situation is all like earned because of how the lore develops it and where the story begins. Like the horror aspects are part of the story. They're not just gratuitous. It's not gratuitous, Evan.
Evan doesn't know what gratuitous means.
Wow, I do know what gratuitous means now.
Cold
Look,
Space with another 20 subs and Langert with another 20 subs.
We will thank everyone after this stream. We got to get through this, but thank you everyone so
After the
much.
stream, we see everything, people. Like, honestly, we appreciate it so much.
Yeah, that's crazy, guys. Unbelievable.
I
The
think
support has been unbelievable, and
like-
we got to do more Evan-based.
no. Nah, this
Dude,
is all
we
you guys.
got like 100 subs while we were talking about Elfen Lied, and I still don't want to move on. I want to stay here for a while.
This man's like, let's talk about more Elfen Lied.
Dude, Elfen Lied is a really good show. I don't understand. I don't think anyone aside from you on the planet has this take.
Like,
I
the only-
guess
Can you at least
Sorry, go
tell us
ahead.
what you don't like about it aside from using vague words like pretentious and edgy?
it's. I just don't like Lucy. I just don't. I
Which
also felt-
Lucy, bro? Which Lucy? Because there's multiple aspects to her personality, and that's the interesting aspect of it.
I guess for me, the biggest turnoff from it was when you're first introduced to her, right? And she's just, you know, this girl that's out here, killing her dad or some shit. And
Relatable.
He's not
Wait,
really
what?
her dad.
What? Whatever the heck he was to her. I just, you know, I was like, why am I watching this? This seems pointless. And I watched every single episode of the show. And by the end of it all, I was like, okay, I don't understand what the fuck I just watched.
Lucy's like an example.
Bro, your IQ is dumb high. You have an IQ of 189.
keep in mind though, like I also watched this like pretty young, so that's
Okay,
Mostly, yeah.
I'm gonna assume you watched it at 12 years old, and you were like, "Where is Minaruto? I don't. This is not
I
Naruto."
probably watched this in like maybe 2006 or 7 or something like that.
Okay.
What?
Okay, let's pretend like it's okay because then we can forgive him.
Yeah.
I just want to say that Lucy is a literal yandere character, but probably the best yandere character in anime.
Would you say
I
she's
don't-
a yandere? I don't think she's a yandere.
Yeah, because remember what she did as a child because she liked the dude.
Well, that was, I guess, yandere-ish, but it's not like her character is a yandere character.
No, but her character is not only a yandere character, but it's an aspect of her character, so I would count her as a yandere.
Sure, whatever. I don't care. Anyway, that's the D tier, people. Let's just quickly recap. Elfen Lied is there. No other recap required. Moving on to C tier, where it's basically just, you know, C and B are kind of average. I don't think any of us are going to be, like, super blown away by anything, except for...
Yeah,
Is-
C and B are just meh, really.
Well, he has Devil as a part-timer. In...
I was going to get there. So first he has Blue Exorcist, and... I guess that's valid. Like, the
Yeah.
final 10 episodes were pretty bad. So,
Yeah.
fair enough. Then he has Devils, a part-timer. Briggs, take it away.
I'm just so disappointed. Like
my
it just keeps on getting worse. It just keeps on
What do
getting
you
worse.
mean it gets
What
worse,
is-
bro?
I understand it's a lot of the appeal is to comedy, so maybe you just didn't find it funny. But why did you
No, no,
dislike
I
the
did-
series?
So here's the thing. I did find it funny. I think it's a great show. My reason for putting it in C is that it didn't get a season 2. That was literally my reason.
What's wrong
Like, why is it that like you couldn't just come up with a good reason? Like, oh hey, I didn't find it funny, or the characters or something. Like, I don't like. It's just always the stupidest reason. And like,
The C-tier anime that he genuinely thinks is great. All right, like.
But it's not the show's fault they didn't get a second season, man.
Meanwhile, No Game No Life is sitting up there in S tier.
the logic is sound.
true.
The logic is sound. Like, I'm disappointed too, but I went and read the light novels because I'm a big fan. I find the series
Yeah, I
hilarious,
went
and I
to read the
love the
Devotion
characters.
as a-
Love the characters. Go ahead.
Bro, his IQ is dumb high. He has an IQ of 8-9.
I lost the one.
The only
I lost
bubble
the
of
one.
part-time I've seen has been the Dojins.
Very proud of
Promise.
you, Hiding. We love you, bro.
No, why are you both pretending like I'm Deji?
Dude, if you were Deji, you'd have, like, I don't know, you'd hit 10 million subs already, you know?
Nah, honestly.
Anyway, moving on. So, I don't know, just Devil a part-timer. He loves it, just no season 2, so it's in C tier. No Game No Life's in S tier, and it has also no season 2. So, like, I'm a little confused when it comes to Simpanito over here. So, we're going to be moving on now. We'll be back to Devil's a part-timer when we talk about No Game No Life, don't worry. Next, he has Chunibyo. I think it's pretty okay. I would have probably said B, but if you want to say C, all right. Whatever.
Yeah, I would have put Chinibyo in B too, at least.
All right. But I feel like that's close enough. Like, we can't, like, harp on this man too much.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest problem with us not being able to harp on him is the only low tier he really has is D, because he didn't put an F tier. He got
Yeah,
rid
I
of
know.
it so he could avoid criticism.
Honestly, I think Evan...
I didn't get rid of it. I literally just took the template exactly as it was. And I was like, all right, cool.
Oh, the template has never watched in it?
Yeah, the template has never watched. That's the
I
exact
think,
template.
Evan, you should have done, like, a major simp move, and you should have had, like, S tier, S tier, S tier, A, and that's it.
All of these are the greatest shows I've ever seen, just incrementally different.
Anyway, moving on. Next, he has 7 Deadly Sins in C tier. All right. What don't you like about 7 Deadly Sins?
Can I guess? Can I guess what he doesn't like?
Sure.
My theory here is that you actually like it, but the new season was bad. Therefore, bad.
Oh, Briggs spitting fat!
Okay, so Briggs is actually almost spot on.
Oh my god.
To add to that, Meliodas is just creepy as hell.
How dare you?
Please go watch my Meliodas video, dude. Like, this is so sad.
He's creepy.
Meliodas, Meliodas and
creepy
Bond
guy.
are the greatest characters.
Yeah,
some
and
of
so
the greatest
Bond-
characters in anime.
Seriously, Bond and Escanor definitely deserve an N-word pass, right? So I would have put it in like A or S for that.
the
But
hell is this
Meliodas,
It's like
that-
black
look,
character, white character that's kind of cool.
Yeah, yes, exactly. That's how it works. So Meliodas just single-handedly drugged the show down to the C tier for me. I'm just
What
saying.
the hell? Meliodas is like one of the greatest. I would go out on a limb here. I didn't make any calculations, but Meliodas is definitely top 5 shonen protagonists.
I love Meliodas as a character. I will agree.
Maybe
He is
top 10.
he is a
Maybe
little
top
creepy, but that is part of his character. I don't think it makes his character worse because he's a little creepy.
And let alone drag the whole show down to C. Meanwhile, he's giving N-word passes to half the cast.
Like, okay, you realize, right, Evan, that Meliodas is a 3,000-year-old demon with reduced emotions, desensitized, and on top of that has had is like in a relationship pretty much with Elizabeth, right?
And he's been suffering this whole time, watching his love die again and again and again.
Yeah, I tried to word that without saying that so much, Nux, but yeah, sure, exactly. Like he has lived with her and like over and over and over again.
Okay, so again, that's probably like something that I don't know. It just I feel like it's still a little bit creepy because like she just isn't aware of that for like most of it in the beginning,
Yeah, but
right?
she's totally down the whole time. Like every time he does something, she's like totally cool with it, dude.
It just bothers me. Like,
All right. Anyway, all right. So basically, awkward ecchi scenes. Evan says no. Let's remember that as we move forward in this list.
Wait. Before
Very
we move on from
important.
that, can we just take a moment to recognize the irony that all of Evan's content is based around horny baiting and making sexual things, and he
Wait.
doesn't like ecchi content?
okay,
What?
Hiding spitting
okay,
fire, bro.
all right.
You got a brig brain right there.
Big brain.
Brig brain.
Expose me now. I like ecchi. What do you mean?
Like, other than the videos on Nux and Sea Dog, all All the
Bro.
videos are like edgy
The
or
video
horny
on Nux.
baiting. Or...
Yeah, the video on Nux didn't have any
Whoa.
sexual
No,
innuendos.
nothing.
That was
Absolutely
both.
nothing. Definitely
That was
nothing at all.
Dude, you made a cuddle buddy application. That's way creepier than anything.
How is that creepy?
Anyway, let's move on. He has 7 Deadly Sins in C tier, and right next to it, he has My Hero Academia also in C tier.
Well, he has like
Okay.
4 long-running shonen, like all right next to each other. Like,
I mean-
what make them all the very same in his eyes?
Yeah. So right next
my-
to them, just to be clear, for the chat and whoever's listening, just audio, he has 7 Deadly Sins, My Hero Academia, OG Naruto, and Dragon Ball Z, all sitting next to each other in C tier.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like all those shows are okay, right? They're fun to watch, but like I don't think there's anything inherently too special about them, except for maybe like My Hero, because I think season 2 of My Hero Academia was like a really fun thing to watch, and you know I really liked
The
Stain
tournament.
as a character. It was the tournament and the whole Stain arc afterwards.
You know what would be hilarious if he was like, you know, My Hero, I really like Mineta. He's a great character.
No, no.
But I just
Unlike
find
that
it
piece of
funny,
shit
like,
Meliodas.
Personally, I think it's kind of funny that you have My Hero Academia, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, and 7 Deadly Sins all next to each other in C tier. Meanwhile, in B tier, you have Bleach, like a full tier above all
Yeah.
of these.
Okay. So okay. I mean, we'll get to Bleach later, but like, yeah, all these
Not
shows.
even
I think.
mentioning, Naruto Shippuden in S tier.
Yeah. So Naruto.
Naruto
Hold-
Shippuden is way worse
my
than original
explanation for Naruto Shippuden is sound, okay? Episode 1 of Naruto Shippuden carries that entire show, all right?
Carries
it is
500
it is
episode show.
single-handedly the
Dude.
best first
Wait,
episode in all of anime.
I don't
Are
okay?
even
you
agree
kidding
with
me?
you.
So because of episode 1, Naruto Shippuden is S tier, but Sword Art Online, which has a great first episode, you
tried to erase
want to
it from
forget you
your
even saw
memory.
it.
I'm just,
You want to
we-
forget
we
you
don't-
saw it.
We don't need to talk about
And
that. All right, we don't.
Darker Than Black, because of second season. Then we have Devil's a Part-Timer because they didn't get a second season.
Just because it didn't even get a second season. It didn't get the chance to do anything wrong yet, and it was immediately nuked. But Naruto Shippuden may have had 499 relatively, not great episodes, but because of that first one, it's going to be 3 tiers above OG Naruto, which was way better.
I just want
You
to point
can't
out. I
argue
went
with
in,
facts, bro. You can't argue.
I just want to point out. I went into making this tier saying I hate making tier lists, so I'm just gonna fuck around and do this.
But then you
Right.
posted it on Twitter with pride
Yeah.
and added 2 large Anitubers to make sure.
Yeah,
that
because
they
they
would see
came
it.
in. They were like, "Oh, hey,
Evan, I want to be some. I want to say something very important.
Yeah.
This episode of the Rant Cafe, we're not doing this like to attack you. We're doing this because you asked us to do this.
What? No, I didn't.
You
posted
pretty
the
much
playlist
did.
On Twitter, you added me and Briggs, and you said, "Guys, I'm right, you're wrong," which essentially means like I'll argue.
Because you came
about
into
it.
my stream chat saying that you guys had
Last
better
I
opinions
checked,
than Tate.
streams are public, dude.
Dude, I didn't even say that your tier list was like, or my tier list was better than yours. I just said that I would rather drink glass than look at this tier list any longer. That's all I said.
Anyway, I think it's very important to move on. Like we can't.
Yeah,
just
let's move on because I'm gonna lose it as we go through the seed list. So please continue.
So next he has literally the only decent horror anime.
So another I felt was like a poorly devised anime version of Final Destination, right? So that's why it's there.
All right, whatever. I think it was pretty okay, but look, again, C and B are pretty meh tiers, so it's hard to really, hard to harp on you. For me, it would also be in B or C. Like I have nothing.
Yeah.
To say. It's just so anyway. Next, there's the Kaicho Maid Sama, which I thought was really funny. Like as far as high school romance comedy anime, like I thought it was really good. You just said but it's in C tier. Evan.
Because it's bro, it's
You
fun.
have
Like
a
I'm not.
Naro Uran High School
see-
Host Club.
Yeah, because I enjoyed that more. But like, C
Oh,
doesn't mean what's wrong with enjoying Oron?
Okay, we'll get to it.
We'll get to it. No rush. All right, but meanwhile, get to this one. All right, and then right next to that you have Oragairu, which is also a great high school romance comedy.
Yeah, no, that was also a fun watch, right? Like C doesn't mean like I absolutely hate the show or anything. It's just like, yeah, it's cool. I like it. It's decent.
It's
Okay,
been
can
like
I-
4 or
can I-
5
can I-
decades since. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, hiding because I want to get to another
It's about
topic.
4 or 5 decades since Evan's been in high school, so it would only make sense that he doesn't remember very well or doesn't really sort of take joy in high school settings.
That
Because I mean, he had Sakuraso at the lowest. He had K-On! And D.
No, Sakura
Now
So
he's got-
is in the never watch. Yo, did you ever watch Pet Girl of Sakura So?
no, I did not.
All right. He never watched it. Can't say.
He
it.
probably watched like a quarter of it 20 years ago, and then. But,
I'm not that old.
Okay,
but
so
yeah,
can
He's
I
only
can I just
37.
talk about the fact that he has Black Butler in C?
All right.
The guy who thought that Elfin Lee was too edgy,
And that Seven Deadly
Black-
Sins was too creepy.
fucking Butler. Yes, oh yes,
Okay.
he doesn't like awkward edgy scenes, and
Okay.
he doesn't like edgy,
Okay.
but he has Black Butler
So-
above Elfin Lee.
So my whole thing was someone talked me into that because I believe they said May Rin without glasses. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to put it in C just because of that. Because otherwise, I think I was also going to put it in D.
Okay.
Bro, you can't do that. I think that the creepy demon maid from season 2 is one of the hottest anime characters ever. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna like the whole show.
All right, bro. You got to season 2.
Yes, I watched season 2.
I also unfortunately watched the
Fucking
second season.
Alphonse, bro.
I don't know, bro. Like that. I don't think I finished season 1. So for the record, 8 out of the 24 episodes in season 1 are canon. Like the other 16 are not even canon.
Yeah, I
Like
can watch the
What?
spin-offs. It was,
so.
weird time.
I don't know, bro. I think I'm not a huge fan of Black Butler. I think that Connor makes a good Sebastian voice, but that's more enjoyment that I'll derive from the series than from any other aspect, personally. Anyway, next we have Soul Eater, and I assume you have it here because of the ending.
No, Soul Eater was just, it was cool. It was chill, you know?
Wait,
It was,
what?
I mean, I
You
like,
realize that C
Jessica-
means below average, right? C.
no.
On this
see-
list, B is average, okay? Because you have 5 tiers. So B
Yeah,
is
so-
average. C is below
okay.
average. For other great anime, like, Devil's a Part-Timer, which you actually like, and like My Hero, Naruto,
Yeah.
Dragon Ball, Seven Deadly Sins, and other
So-
You said that Maid-sama and Oragairu are great anime.
So Soul Eater, I really like Death the Kid, and he was like the only real aspect of that show that I really enjoyed. Because the end of Soul Eater, right, with the whole, like, what was it, the dude with the bandages or whatever? It just seemed, it seemed like a forced ending, right, to me. So
Did it
That's why-
really? No.
yeah, so that's why it's in C for me.
So I just asked you if it was because of the ending, and you said no, the whole show was like this. Like,
no,
literally
okay.
like 2 seconds ago.
Sorry, I misheard you, but like, yeah, it is because of the ending.
Okay, fair enough. All right, very awesome.
I'm just
What's the
gonna
next
say
one?
that
Can't see it, it's small.
I'm just gonna say that I can't get over the Black Butler thing, bro.
Dude, even if Black
Like, cause
Butler-
you're even counting season 2.
Yeah, okay, so for Black Butler, I believe initially when I did put the rating again, it wasn't D, and it was because of season 2's existence. But again, it was just one person in the chat was like, "Yeah, Mayrin without glasses," and I was like, "You know what? Fine, you're right." So I dragged it up.
What's happening right now?
I mean, the logic, bro. The logic, bro.
Facts and logic.
I'll
right
have
here.
you know that Fairy Tale was in C. Okay.
Can we
It
get?
was-
We'll get to that. I'm very
Okay.
excited to mention it. To be honest,
Okay. All
that's
right.
one of the things I'm looking forward to most. Don't ruin it, Evan. It'll be
Okay.
great. Anyway,
Alright.
moving on. Next on his list in C tier is an anime, and the thing is too small. I can't actually make out what it is. What anime is that, Evan?
Hyoka or whatever. However you
Oh, that's
pronounce that.
Hyoka.
Oh, Hyoka? Yeah.
Hyoka's a good show. Why is it in C tier?
It just the mysteries and everything just seemed kind of meh. I mean, I've seen like a few better mystery shows, so it was alright.
Because you've seen.
It's
better
just because it was in a
shows.
school setting.
This man gets.
He's like, what the hell? People go
PTSD
inside of a
flashback.
class?
People go to school. What is
There's
this?
lots of
my
people
day,
going.
5 years.
In my day, we didn't need to do any of that. We didn't have roofs over our head.
In my day, I walked 45 miles to get to the snow.
Uphill. Anyway, fine. So, for some reason, everything in C tier he says he likes, even though it's below average. I don't really get it, but I guess that's Evan. So,
Yeah,
moving
like-
on. What's the
I would
next
like
one?
for me if I put something in
Beyond
C tier,
boundaries.
there has to be some type of criticism. If it's just okay or I think it's
Yeah.
just good, I'll put it in B. You know?
Yeah, B is average on this list, dude.
Yes, exactly.
What would you
But-
rate some of these shows out of 10 that are in C tier? Like, are
Bro.
they around the same or are they
Oh,
completely
so
different?
that's funny because I believe I actually gave Black Butler like an 8 out of 10.
All right, let's just move on. Let's go to B.
I will say this.
No, this
I,
was really important. I want to make sure.
I will say something. I am googling right now the demon made from Black Butler, and Google says, "Congratulations, you're one of the 4 people who is interested in the woman in Black Butler."
Nice. Nice. So basically, C tier is 8 out of 10. That's what he's trying to say. If it's 8
C
out of
tier is 8 out of 10.
right. So
Most of the shows here at C actually I did rate an 8 out of 10. That I look.
so this whole tier list is basically just like out of the 8 out of 10s, where would you put it?
This whole list
Yeah.
is an enigma.
No,
What
it
you
is an
see,
enigma,
what you
trust me.
see, 8 out of 10 is so much more. There's a lot of. I don't even know what's
8
next.
out of 10 is like a sun to
The
bridge.
whole tier list thing was like based on like what do they call it? The top 100 anime tier list or whatever. And I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just use whatever's on this
Anyway,
list.
what's next? What is that one that's after Hyoka? I can't make it out. It's too small.
Beyond the Boundary. I
Beyond the
think?
Boundary.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Beyond the
I never
Boundary.
saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never saw it. I have nothing to say.
me too.
The one dancing scene carries the entire show.
Oh god,
was
I don't
really
even
great.
know the show, but I hate
Absolutely.
that take.
What do you mean? It was great.
You rated a whole show higher, meaning you would have put this in D otherwise, right? Like absolute trash tier, like
I-
beside Tokyo Ghoul season 2. Oh, and I forgot you like season 2. of
You know,
Tokyo
I probably would have put it in D if it weren't for that dance scene. To be honest.
my god, I'm losing. Anyway, next is Akame got killed. Remember, he doesn't like ecchi, he doesn't like edgy, and both of that is the entirety of Akame got killed.
Okay, all right.
Alright, what do you like about it?
But I also have to mention the Akame got killed had a terrible ending, right? You know,
Okay, yes, but
So
that's-
it
based on your
has
criteria, put it in D.
You're right. It has
just
everything
'cause
working
Mulan
against
gets
it.
the
And-
N-word
no,
pass.
no, it has everything working against it, and you know, I was ready to put it in D, but then I was like, you know, I really and truly love Esdeath, and you know,
Oh my
she's.
god, you like the Yandere?
I like Esdeath. Esdeath is pretty.
Oh, but he
I
doesn't
love
like Lucy. He doesn't like Lucy.
He doesn't like
You
it.
don't like Lucy, but you like Esdeath. I mean, bruh.
Bro, she's a icy woman. What can I say?
Bruh. Dude, what? Oh, Evan.
Come
Bro.
on, are you telling me that you don't like Esdeath?
I love Esdeath, but I also like Bulat. I also like Hans. I also like Susano. I also like Borus. Like, there are a lot of great characters in Akame ga Kill, and you picked one of the pretty good
Okay.
characters.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So
it just goes against things that you've said about, like, you know, actual good anime like Elfen Lied. Anyway, moving on. That was the C tier, ladies and gentlemen. Now you're about to hear B tier. So keep in mind as we go through this tier, everything on this rung of the ladder is an average anime. Because B is average on this list, starting off strong with a very average anime, Attack on Titan.
yeah, no. So I feel like I probably would give Attack on Titan an A or an S if I read the manga because everyone says it's so good, right? And
So
the
you
ending of
would rate it higher because other people like the manga.
no. I'm saying like if everyone's saying it's good, it probably is good. I haven't read the manga, so
You-
like
People are. Did you see season 3 of Attack on Titan?
yeah, no. I finished like the latest season. At the end of that season, I was like, holy shit! Like the world's like so much bigger and everything.
Okay.
And I think that it's leading up to something like really cool and really interesting.
Wait, so
but,
you didn't like the whole Levi versus Beast Titan?
that was cool too. But like
Okay.
you know,
He liked everything, but
it's just
whatever.
whatever's happening in the manga, I don't know too much about. The anime is not there yet, which is why I'm like, okay, yeah, the anime is definitely like a good B for me.
What?
Because you're thinking of it from the perspective of
No,
you
I'm
know
thinking
what's about
just
to
the
happen.
anime. The third season of Attack on Titan, the anime, was some of the best parts. of the
Evan,
whole story.
Evan, just
Yeah, no, it
criticize
was,
the
but,
first
like-
season. Just criticize the first season and say that's why it's in B. You don't know where it's gonna go, and that's it. That's it. Like,
Okay, so
How to criticize shows, okay?
I hate to jump the gun here, guys. So he has Attack on Titan in B. He also in B has
Overlord.
Violet Evergarden and Ouran High School boys club or
Okay.
whatever it is.
Dude,
Alright.
we'll get
Wait,
to
is it Tokyo Magnitude as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Where's Tokyo Magnitude?
Not
It's
the,
I don't, it's the
That's not
one where
Kyoto.
they're on the.
Yeah,
Oh,
Psycho no
okay,
Terror.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
You have Zack, you know, there with Oran. Oh,
it's sad, but we'll get there. Anyway, he has ReZero. Explain your argument, please. Why-
So
Why is this average?
I liked ReZero. I mostly put it in B when I was doing it on stream, mostly because I was like, season 2 got delayed. It's going in B tier.
So really, you're saying it would be higher, but you don't like edgy anime, right? And there's nothing edgy in ReZero at all.
Okay, there's a lot of edgy things in it, right? I mean, we
Okay,
also get like
right.
Rem, who deserves an N-word pass, which is why
Oh, so Rem is the reason why you're saying it should be higher. Briggs,
it should be higher. But
You realize the things that come out of your mouth do not support where the location is, right? It's like you say things like, oh, like,
Old Space just gave 50 subs, bro. This is crazy.
god damn,
Evan-
man.
Evan, bro, like, you have a lot of fans here. You have a lot
no,
of
I
fans.
don't. It's
in a few
We
weeks, we're
support
gonna
you.
ask you to please make a character tier list.
Also,
that's
I don't
deep.
know who Rem is, but I will say that I agree with you here, Evan. You actually have good
I
taste
don't
on
know
this
who
one pick, even though the
I-
reason you
dude.
chose it was wrong. I think ReZero is a pretty average series, so I'd give it in B. I'd give it a B.
I would put it in B as well, but I mean, here we got Evan here, absolute mad lad extraordinaire, giving all the reasons why I wouldn't put it in B. It's in B, not A, because the second season was delayed. Oh, it's coming out in a month, but it was delayed.
Yeah, I mean, ReZero definitely
Oh,
edgy.
blue hair
Definitely.
Ram. Sorry, go ahead.
you
It just hit me who that was. Okay.
Yeah, it's the one Shinigami from.
From Death Note.
The thing is about ReZero, it's definitely edgy. It's definitely oscillates between a comedy and like horror. It's weird in that sense. I think B is a fair place to put it, but again, we would like some logic.
Yeah.
There wasn't any logic to most of this tier list.
Yeah, we're
So-
I
realizing.
can tell.
Next, there's Bleach, which, as we all know, according to Evan, is head and shoulders above Dragon Ball, Naruto, My Hero.
Okay,
Academia.
so my reason for that, right, is it's because it holds a lot of nostalgic value for me, right? Like,
Fair enough. That's a valid reason.
yeah,
I'm good.
yeah.
Don't say anything else.
Shut up.
Okay.
Okay, you
Okay.
guys remember how he
He said-
doesn't like edgy horror or awkward ecchi scenes?
Yeah, Yoruichi, no awkward ecchi scenes. The fact that Rongiko's boobs have their own gravitational pull, nothing awkward about that at all.
Bro,
Yeah, but
Okay,
then
yeah.
also the next one in the list.
Wait, hold on, I'm not there yet.
Evan, one
I'm
second.
feeling- Because Evan says that it holds nostalgic value. Now let's think about when he started watching anime. He watched Elfen Lied in 2006,
Yeah.
and Bleach ended in 2011. So
Yeah.
what? But Dragon Ball doesn't hold nostalgic value, which is why
Okay.
it's long. And Naruto, but Bleach holds nostalgic value.
No, because here's the thing, right? Obviously, I was watching shows like Dragon Ball since like as long as I can remember. But like when I was introduced to the term anime, right? Like the first quote unquote anime that I came to recognize was Bleach, because someone was like, "Oh, you
what
should
year?
watch anime."
In what year?
This was probably like what, maybe
Because
2008.
2006, he watched Elfen Lied. I'm just making.
Yeah, yeah. So like this was probably like 2006 or whatever. Not 6, 7 or 8, because it was like 11th grade of high
So you
school. or
watched
something.
Elfen Lied before you watched Bleach.
Yeah,
and you-
so that's the thing. That's the
Oh.
thing. I didn't recognize that these shows were called anime or anything, right? Like I just watched them, and someone was like, "Oh, you should watch anime."
What the hell is wrong
No,
with
no,
you?
this,
me
dude.
you were in
No,
your
this-
early 30s before you realized what.
Legit, right? Because here's the thing. Like I would watch these shows because I would just think of them as cartoons, right? I was like, okay, these are just cartoons that I'm watching, whatever. And
You were hold up. You started watching Elfen Lied thinking this is just your regular Saturday morning
yeah.
cartoon.
So,
but
yes, exactly.
Evanito
So-
watches Ed, and Eddie, and Elfen Lied.
So that's the thing, right? Like someone was like, yeah, stuff like that's called anime, and I was like, oh, well, I should probably try to watch more anime. And
After you
Bleach
watched
was that.
Elfen Lied and got
All right.
scarred.
While we
don't care.
continue this amazing logic, we all know the real reason you have Bleach here is because it got a sequel.
No, that's definitely not it.
I mean that aligns with what you've been doing for this entire tier
He
list.
would have
No,
put it next year, but he had to wait way too long.
I literally mentioned that I don't think they should animate the last part of Bleach.
That's stupid. Shut up.
No, I don't think they should. I really don't think they
So
should.
you don't think they should finish a
Dropped all
series?
Persona.
I feel like it was just it was a bad arc in the manga, and I was like, I don't think that this should be animated.
That's
Anyway,
the only fucking serious thing I've ever heard Nux say. Evan, that's stupid. Shut up.
I'm just trying to say it how it is. I don't want to sugarcoat it or anything. I want to break the dream. Anyway,
Okay, let's move on to the next one, guys.
Next is High School of the Dead, which doesn't have any ecchi scenes or edgy scenes at all. Because Evan doesn't like those.
Clearly not.
Right.
Like, yeah, I like High School of the Dead.
I would
100%. It just doesn't make sense with the stuff that was said earlier.
Yeah. No, it's great. I mean, you know, if we look past the boobs.
Like, look past the boobs. You
Look
didn't
past the what?
Like, you know,
Oh,
see,
say that again.
we're looking past the boobs, like how the bullet passed the boobs.
Yeah,
That was,
okay.
you know,
Oh,
Yeah.
we're
all
looking
right,
past
all
it.
right. Okay, I was
and-
getting worried for a second.
Well, when I look at the boobs, I agree with you here. I'd give it a B or an A.
Evan,
Right.
there's
Also,
this
there's
this
the
one
legend-
scene in High School of the Dead that I want to bring to your attention and
Okay,
compare it
yeah.
to Seven Deadly Sins for a second. You don't like
okay.
Meliodas from Seven Deadly
Okay,
Sins, and it
okay,
drags down the whole series. Let me finish,
Okay. All right.
because he does awkward things that Elizabeth kind of is okay with anyway. Whereas in
okay.
High School of the Dead, the
Mhm,
dude's
mhm.
main character straight up walks to a woman in middle of a class and just bitch slaps the lights out of her.
She deserved it. All right, she
Right,
100%
enabled
did.
sexual harassment.
No, bro. The freaking world is like damn near straight ending. Okay, she deserved that slap. I'm just saying, all right.
So anyway, next in B tier, right beside other average anime, we have Haikyuu, which is one of the greatest shonen of all time. Evan?
Next to Keijo.
Yeah, so like you know, I'm still
Yeah,
getting through
yeah.
Haikyuu, and like I said, so far it's you know it's pretty decent for
Wait,
me.
so you haven't seen all of Haikyuu.
No, I still haven't seen all of it.
But then why isn't it in the never watched tier like the things you have seen? Anyway,
Because
Moving on.
I'm not trying to purge it from memory, bro.
I'm excited to mention the next one. It's another one I was looking forward to very much. It's Toradora. So he
Yeah.
put it in B tier, and before even hearing his argument, when I popped into his stream, he at first was like, Toradora, I love this show. S tier. And then like he's like, you know, then he drops it by 2 ranks into B. Like, how do you make that mistake? S tier is like the cream of the crop, and you're just like, you know what? I'll put it in B.
Yeah,
See,
what went through your head for that?
You know what happened was that you know I thought about it. I was like, you know, it's a good rom com. You know, it's fun. But you know, then I was like, wait, but other rom coms exist that I like more. And it was School Rumble. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Yes,
You
we
know,
have
the-
seen that.
Wait,
These
so,
are
but
the-
that's
I have.
not why you should put Toradora lower,
So-
because there are things you like better. That's not.
Yeah, well that was my reasoning for it. School Rumble
Okay,
popped
but-
into my head, and I was like, okay.
Evan, bro. I watched School Rumble, absolutely love it, love Harima.
Uh-huh,
Can you please tell me,
uh-huh.
does School Rumble have a satisfying ending?
No,
Interesting.
no, it does that.
Why 2 tiers though? Does School Rumble take up 2 fucking things? Like why just drop it to
School
A
Rumble.
tier? What?
Okay,
why?
I can't keep going. You know, the elephant in the room is.
Adamak, please. Adamak, you were my only.
Listen, man. Okay, listen. I love you, bro. But the elephant in the room is that in B tier you have Oran Host Club. Okay.
Okay.
You have Oran Host Club, which is like this one chick and these twin brothers are like trying to impress her by like getting sexual with each other.
Oran High
Like-
School Host Club was my sexual awakening. All right.
Okay, I understand that. Okay,
I don't
but
understand that.
but
Say it
can
again.
you explain to me how Toradora has Ryuji's mom, one of the best moms in anime,
Yeah.
and you compare that to Oran Host Club? You have here
Yeah.
Attack on Titan on the same level as Oran Host Club.
you
have
have sorry.
here-
You think Haruhi's mom isn't good in Oran High School Host Club?
You have Bakano. You have Terror in Resonance.
You have a
Uh-huh.
race.
All
Parasite. Dude, you have Spirited Away on the same tier as Uran High School Host Club.
and Howl's Moving Castle too.
And Howl's Moving Castle.
Violet Evergarden.
And Violet Evergarden. And
Well,
Overlord.
okay, Violet Evergarden.
It's like the one elephant in the whole B tier is Uran High School Host Club, not gonna lie. Because Bakano's a fantastic show. It should be way above B tier.
Oh yeah, no. So like Bakano for me is only B because it was like Durara is better, and that's why I'm just gonna put it.
That's logic. I don't understand.
I
First of all,
like-
how do you like
I
Dorara
don't-
better?
Huh?
Like, First of
Bro,
all, you should be Dorara never got a third season.
Okay, yeah. So, you know, by that logic, obviously I should have lowered it. But you know, freaking Shizuo, you know, he deserves an N-word pass, and that's why it's up there.
Oh,
Vino.
there's a black guy in Durara.
Yeah, exactly. The black Russian sushi chef. That's also the whole reason.
Vino from Bakano. Lad Russo.
If Lad
also
Russo
known as-
doesn't deserve an N-word pass, your criteria
Bro,
is
Lad Russo is the original Mad Lad, bro.
Yeah.
Also, I meant to say, yeah, you're right, person in the chat, Haruhi's dad, which, you know, doubles as a mom, so I wasn't wrong.
Doubles as a mom.
What the hell, man? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with Evan after this? Like, where do we bury the body?
Evanino is always like flaunting out these kinks that he doesn't have. He insists that he's actually vanilla and it's just a meme. He doesn't like the feet. He doesn't like the lollies. He doesn't like the trap mom dad double character of Haruhi and Oran High School's host club. But Evan, you just need to be honest with yourself. I think, sexually speaking, I feel like you're at the
Wait, what-
you're at the
what is
proper
happening?
life. You're at the
What is
point in your
happening right
life. I think you just need to, you know, come clean, be honest with your urges, and really just decide where you stand on things, you know? I'm not trying to rush you, but after someone hits around 45, 50, things start to turn around, you know? And so I'm just looking out for you. I just want to say there just feels like so much inconsistency in this department. I just wanted to kindly lend an olive branch, if you will, to just kind of, you know, give you some good vibes.
Dude, it is so awkward watching Evan jack off when he edits Sea Dogs videos.
Wait, what? What? First of all, why were you watching me?
So you did do it.
Anyway,
No,
moving
I'm not
on.
saying that.
Okay,
Self-incrimination.
anyway, guys, I just want to say that Evan does have a kink, and you'll find out more about it in the
Very
chapter
excited.
4 of the Rank Basic.
Ooh, nice.
Yes. Anyway, so great anime that he has in B tier that we didn't mention yet. Bakano, fantastic. Terror in Resonance, fantastic. Erased, I mean, I guess you can complain about the ending, but I think it was pretty great anyway. Parasite is one of the greatest anime. Like, it's so good. Parasite is so good. He has Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle, two of the most classic anime. He has Violet Evergarden. I think many people have mixed feelings, so I appreciate that in B tier. And Overlord, which again I would also think I'd even maybe put it in C tier, to be honest. I didn't love Overlord.
I was
But
debating on C or B for Overlord.
Yeah, but I'm not complaining. Just the major complaint is like in the same tier you have Attack on Titan, Haikyuu, Bakano. Like these are fantastic, and right next to it you have We're in High School host.
Toradora High School host them is so good.
How, man?
What do you
How?
mean? Bro.
Like, that if...
Look,
How?
Haruhi.
I don't know.
Haruhi is great. Okay, she's just a doll. She's the perfect being. Okay, I would look at.
Moving on.
wait, what?
Evan, your time has run out. We went through this. You're attracted to her dad, mom, and next.
What? No,
we
that's not what I said.
next.
That's
There's the A
Yeah,
tier.
I'm pretty sure.
These anime are all amazing because they're in the A tier. All right, they're not S tier because they're not perfect. S tier is perfect in its own way, but in the A tier, he starts off with Evangelion. Now this is Evan. His IQ is dumb high. He has an IQ of 189, so he understands
God.
Evangelion, unlike Elfen Lied, which was actually pretty straightforward. But yeah, Evangelion.
Evangelion also happens to be the
has
first bit of
no
anime
weird
merch I bought.
or edgy sexual scenes.
Right.
I'm not
I
saying
mean-
one. Of course not.
Mm.
Also, when Hiding introduced me to the end of Evangelion, oh my god, I jizzed.
Yeah,
No, of
no, you
course you
cried. Actually,
Okay,
you're
okay, shut the
replacing
fuck up,
your
Hiding.
body part.
No.
I
Replacing your
don't think
body
it's
part.
mutually exclusive for Evan.
Evan.
No, and I respect
Evan,
it. I respect
Evan
it.
jizzes to crying. Like
No, wait.
It was like 1965 or something like that. Whenever Evan first saw Evangelion, and he saw the rebuilds in like the 80s when they came out. But it wasn't until I visited for AX last year that he saw the movie End of Evangelion. Somehow he had gone literally more than 5 decades without seeing it. And so we sat down and watched it, and I think he really loved it. But he also said he hated me afterwards because he didn't know that his like favorite character gets literally ripped apart to smithereens and her guts get torn out and everything. It was a little too much for him. I actually felt a little bad for showing him, but I was glad that he was connecting with it. So I'll respect his take here, although I would place it higher, but I'll respect it.
All right. Well, I would.
Yeah, I mean, I consider the end of Evangelion the true ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's me.
Me
Hey
too.
everybody, I'm still here. I'm just in awe. I'm just in awe of this. list.
Oh god.
All right, we gotta move on quicker, guys.
Next,
There's
we have
lots to talk about.
Furumetu. Is this Brotherhood or the original?
No, the original.
All right. So where's? So Brotherhood's in S tier. All right. I
Yeah,
see it.
Brother's Nest.
So
I
original
agree
and
with
A tier.
that take.
Yeah, yeah.
I also do. Hell yeah. Except
Yeah.
Evan, the man who doesn't like bad endings. I don't know. I don't get
Okay,
it. But anyway.
so what do you? It didn't. Okay, see for what? See, this is my explanation. At the time, right? Me not reading the manga, just watching the show, you know, as it released or whatever. Like the ending was satisfying for me, right? Because I
That's
didn't
bad.
read manga. No,
They
because
only beat like a quarter of the bad guys, and then the main character, like, you know.
But again, right? Like I don't know. You probably watched it like years after the release or whatever, right? I'm assuming.
I'm sure you saw it as it came out.
Yeah, I did. And so like
You
you know,
lying
as
son of a bitch, Evan. This came out in 2003. Okay.
yeah, again,
You claim
I
you didn't watch
no.
anime
Here's the
till
thing.
2010.
No,
This is
I
when you
said I
watched
didn't know the term anime. I would
Oh,
watch these
then
shows
why do you have
not know.
nostalgia for Bleach when you watch?
Because it's when I
you watch
discovered the
Furumetu,
term
the
anime, and I was like,
Eriku's
okay.
Yeah, Nux, I just established he started watching anime in like the 60s, but he just didn't know about it until 2010.
That's why he relates to Astro Boy so much.
Oh my gosh.
Evan,
All right.
it's pretty sad. Next, he has Noragami, and I love Noragami, but I mean, realizing Noragami's in A tier, and in B tier, there's like Attack on Titan, and Haikyuu, and Bakudo. Evan,
Wow.
say your piece.
Okay, so I want to start with Noragami. It's a beautiful, lovely show. It's an A tier because Yato is one of my favorite anime characters of all time. Because much like me, he's sad, lonely, terrified, and broke. So that's,
Not sad, bro.
look, he was sad for a bit.
He's an
All right.
upbeat character, which is why he's so
no,
great.
he hides his sadness. What do you mean?
But you don't.
He masked it with a smile.
But you don't.
I'm sorry. Are you saying that I don't mask my sadness with a smile?
Not at all. You literally have it on your Discord profile, sad, lonely, and broke. That's not masking crap.
Okay. Damn.
Crying
Yeah,
right
okay.
now. Anyway, that's Noragami, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on. He has Your Name, and before saying anything, when he originally made his tier list, he said, I would put Your Name in S tier, but I'm not because I like a silent voice better.
Yeah. So personally, I enjoy the silent voice better.
No one cares. The point is,
Fuck. Okay.
you shouldn't put this in A tier as opposed to S because there's something else you like better. I mean, what do you like better? The first episode of Naruto Shippuden or his silent voice?
So comparing Your Name to the first episode of Naruto Shippuden, all right, your name is subpar,
dude,
you know, all right.
Dude,
see,
what about a silent voice? What's better, a silent voice or the first episode of Naruto Shippuden?
the first episode of Naruto Shippuden.
So then
See,
why is a silent
What?
voice in S tier? You should put that in A.
bro?
Oh,
Look, all right,
God.
it belongs in S, all right.
Well,
It
that would
just
mean Your
belongs
Name
there.
goes to B then after that.
No,
Ludicrous
no.
Fun just gave us 50 subs, so I forgive you, Evan.
I feel like this person keeps gifting subs to get me to shut up. They're
Honestly,
like,
No, I
get
feel
Evan
like-
off the podcast.
No, obviously he wants you to stay on. That's why he's donating during this podcast. Thank you,
Right.
Lucas.
we
Um,
appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, so obviously everyone knows that Silent Voice is season 1 of Your Name, and because Silent Voice is better.
I prefer Your Name personally, but okay.
Okay, we also have Princess Mononoke here.
Yeah, I was gonna get there, yeah. Princess
Yeah.
Mononoke.
I don't know what this next one is.
The next one, Seraph of the End. It's a garbage show.
Seraph of the End, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
really
like
bad.
why is
It's
that?
bad. Why is
Why
that
is that above Attack on Titan?
Bro, the freaking
Seraph of the End is literally a knockoff of Attack on Titan. An actual knockoff.
my vampires, bro. They're my people. You know, they all
really?
deserve the N-word pass. That's why it's an A. That was my only logic for that.
Aren't like vampires like ghostly white? Like very, very white? Like
Look,
extremely
hiding,
white?
if you really
I
think
think-
about it, hiding the logic falls apart. Don't try to think about it too much.
Well, I'm proud of you, Evan.
Well, the good thing about this is that when Evan uses such logic, you can't really argue against it, can you? It's
No.
impossible.
Yeah.
Right, it's like
That's what I was saying earlier. You can't like tether your criticisms together because it's literally like we're looking at a scatter plot, a Jackson Pollock painting without any sense of aesthetics.
You could have just said a Jackson Pollock painting.
Well,
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
I don't think Evan's going to be making money off of
The
this
end
tier
would be
list.
D tier for me on this list. It would be D tier. He put it in A tier above like Attack on Titan and stuff. So after the end is pretty garbage. Moving on, and it also never got a third season. So like every single point that he appreciates in anime goes against the rest. of it.
Okay. All right. But like
Anyway.
again, yeah. Moving on.
I'm pretty sure you just grabbed these tiles and just threw them on randomly, and you're just trying to back it up now. Like it has to be.
It up on
That is the
stream as
problem.
well.
You know
That
what?
is the point
In
of
all
the
honesty, if he would have
postmodern
done
experiment.
that, I would have respect for him. But the fact that this tier list took him like 5 hours to make on stream makes
Oh,
me kind of think
no.
that
3 hours, and I got distracted several times because we were singing.
This is a postmodern experiment, and I
Look, I had to
appreciate it.
explain to everyone every single time they came in why the first episode of Naruto Shippuden is the best episode in anime.
Moving on, we're
So you
not
should be
there
pretty
yet.
good
We'll
at
get
them.
to the S tier. I'm excited. So Kill la Kill is next in A tier, even though Evan doesn't like awkward ecchi scenes.
Okay. All right.
Okay, well,
Uh,
to be fair, Nux, to be fair, Kill la Kill doesn't have awkward edgy scenes. It has edgy scenes that embrace it.
Exactly.
There's nothing awkward about it.
Animac, I don't want to argue with you about Kill la Kill right now. I just want to briefly remind you about that one scene where the main character is in her friend's house and her friend's dad starts groping her. Okay.
Oh, and there is the mom.
And there's
let's
also,
forget the
you know,
mom scene.
the
Let's
mom
forget the dad. Look,
scene,
if we
the mom
purge
scene-
those
No,
scenes
yeah,
from
the
our
mom
memory-
scene is way less awkward than Meliodas. That's for sure.
Evan, Evan, please.
I agree with the ranking here with Kill la Kill being an A, but
Yeah, it's the logic. It's the
I
Evan
don't agree.
logic.
But anyway, we have next Durara.
Even though it never got a third season.
lots of R's and A's, and I like that. That's why it's an A. But no,
Solid.
I do
no,
like
I
I do
actually
like
the
my
entire
boy
cast
Russia
of Toradora.
Sushi, bro. Russia
Yeah,
Sushi.
the black Russian sushi chef. When I first
You have
watched
to mention
Toradora.
he's black. He's a great character. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
that
well, no, it does matter that he's black because they
Okay.
mentioned it in the goddamn show. What do you mean, bro? Representation of my people.
he's Russian.
They literally say in the show he's a black Russian sushi.
Evan, you're not black. Let's move on.
What? If anything, I am darker than black.
Oh,
And yes, darker than black is in
so
C
low.
tier.
Evan straight up puts
Or
himself
D.
in D tier. This is so sad. Anyway, moving on. We got Madoka Magica in A tier. I respect it. It's a great show. Then there's Anohana in A tier. Also a great show. Then there's Your Lie in April in A tier. Also, I wouldn't put it that high. I thought Your Lie in April was pretty overrated personally. But
Yeah,
I mean,
I thought Your Lie in April was good, but not Anohana good. But that's me
No.
personally.
I personally wouldn't put them like anywhere near each other. Like based on just how like powerful the ending was, they're not like in the same league kind of. And here we come to probably my biggest gripe with the entire A tier personally. You may want to complain about how some of these things are above other things, like for example that he has Seraph at the end above Attack on Titan. I mean, we could argue about that. But the fact that he has Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night both in the same tier.
Okay, so that
What do you think of Rin's toes, Evan?
amazing test. So this was actually just an error on my part because Fate Zero definitely I would put an S.
What? Hey,
Huh?
He
why
lost
is
his
it-
mind
then
because
why
he
is
lost
it an
Fate
A?
Zero so much.
Again, it was an error on my part.
I would put
I-
it in N, but
This
it's
was
an
one
A.
of the ones that I think I quickly went through and I was like, okay, but like I should have dragged it an S.
Okay, fine, fair enough. Fine. Human error. It happens.
Yeah.
Just like how, Charlotte's in the never watched category, for example.
That was not human error. That was deliberate because I want to remember.
All right, that's
Sorry.
Parade!
Oh god.
That's
That was
right.
human error.
That was human error. All right, human error is the thing. Log Horizon in A tier. I'm a Log Horizon stan, but putting it above Attack on Titan and Haikyuu is like, whatever. Moving on. There's Magi in A tier. Respect. I love Magi. It's pretty great. Then he has Shokugeki no Soma. Briggs, can you say something nice about him? Please.
I actually appreciate you having an A tier. It doesn't make sense that you, of all people, considering you don't like ecchi and
Yeah.
those type of scenes.
Awkward, edgy, yeah.
I personally
weird
would put it in S, but I know that I'm an anomaly that this loves the series more than most people.
Yeah.
I think it's an amazing series, and I'm happy that you have an A, Evan. I'm proud of you for the first time ever.
Oh, thank you, Briggs. I love you, bro.
and then he
It's just
immediately
because
takes it back
he
when he
had
sees
like
Code Geass.
400 seasons. That's the only reason.
Yeah, it got sequels, right? It's a positive.
Yeah, and then other classic amazing anime that, in my opinion, all deserve to be an S are Code Geass, One Punch Man, and Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, actually,
Okay.
I'm curious about this Cowboy Bebop take because if anybody knows Evan's most flaunted, famous, kind of snarky, kind of ha ha ha. You know what my hot take is? The most that is Evan is his Cowboy Bebop take. He's very proud to tell everybody, "Oh, you know what I don't like? I don't like Cowboy Bebop." So it feels weird to me that is A tier for him above most of these other shows. I can only imagine it's because he thinks a lot of the characters just get an inward pass. But if it's not that, I am genuinely curious as to why a show that you famously don't like is higher than shows.
Hiding is right. It's only an A because a bunch of the characters, including the dog, deserve the N-word pass.
Including the dog.
Do you know that?
You know you just invalidated your only hot take?
Do you know that Jet from Cowboy Bebop is black?
Yeah, Jet deserves the N-word pass, bro. Like, obviously, he already has one.
Jet,
so, like,
his last name is Black, so he's Jet Black.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So, you know, that's
also
that's
he's
why I
played
said-
by black voice actors in the English dub. But anyway, okay.
Bro,
You're just
every
gonna move
corgi,
on?
every
just gonna
corgi on
move
planet
on?
Earth deserves an N-word pass. All right, let's be honest.
Anyway, can we just mention he has One Punch Man and Code Geass both in A tier when they should clearly be S tier? Like they're in the
Yeah.
same.
So okay.
He has
So
High
my-
School DxD and
so
Code
my-
Geass in the same tier.
So my reason for putting Code Geass down here was because the movie exists, thus invalidating the ending.
No, it doesn't. I didn't watch the movie. It doesn't exist.
Well,
no
unfortunately, I did. So you know,
It doesn't invalidate anything. It's an alternate timeline. They actually change things that happen. Like they retcon things. It's a different storyline entirely. It doesn't negate the actual Code Geass.
All right. Well, you know, it's an A because of that. Otherwise, I would have put it in S.
All right, and One Punch Man.
One
You
Punch
telling
Man.
me Saitama doesn't get the N-word tag?
You know what would be funny if for One Punch Man
So-
he said
so-
like, I love the show, but Garo's such a piece of shit character.
So
that...
One Punch Man isn't there for me, because Saitama couldn't beat a mosquito, and the mosquito deserves the N-word pass, right? But Saitama doesn't. Also, Mob Psycho 100 exists, and I think it's one's better, you know,
Bro,
production. So.
this whole logic of
I
I
agree.
like this better than that, like so therefore it belongs in A tier. Like
This sounds
Do you
like
realize
some
that-
Briggs logic when I'm have a hate boner for a series, honestly. But you just applied it to the entire list.
Anyway, next on this lovely A tier, he has Angel Beats, which was okay.
Yo, this
I like
this
Angel Beats. I think Angel
I like
Beats is
Angel Beats.
definitely deserving of A tier. I wouldn't put it in S tier. He put it in A tier. I think that's fair.
My guess is I would put it in B tier, to be honest. I like.
I
it a lot.
think
That's
it's
more
A.
right.
I think that twist, and then the ending, the very end, the very
I'm
final
glad you reminded
scene.
me, Animac, because when Evan was actually looking at Angel Beats when he put it on his tier list, he was like, "I like Angel Beats, but the ending sucked."
What? Hey!
What?
I know, like
No,
I feel like this is
no,
the one
no,
thing
no,
that
no.
like both me and
No,
Hiding
no,
would like.
I did not say that about
Cry
Angel Beats.
naked
I did
together
not say
watch.
that about Angel Beats. I would have never said that about Angel Beats.
You
Angel
said
Beats-
that Angel Beats is so high because of the comedy. You didn't like the ending. That's what you said in your stream.
No. If I said that, I meant in the fact that, like, you know, it was just sad, right? It's not that I didn't like it. It was just sad.
You put it lower because it was sad.
That's really weird because Silent Voice is higher than your name here.
Yeah, Silent Voice is sad, bro. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Yes,
know.
Clannad After Story. Or
Clannad After Story,
also original Clannad.
I
Well,
love it. I know it's. I think it's amazing. I know people don't agree because they don't have the culture.
Oh yeah,
Agreed.
I rated all of Planet overall. They had all the seasons listed, but I just dragged one of the random images from it. But
That's also
Yeah.
inconsistent because you had the two different sort of lines and you
Dude, he has two Konosuba.
I'm not even surprised.
Were an accident.
I'm
Because
not
I came
even-
back at the end. I was like, what? And I just dragged it up there.
I'm just not
Like,
even
I can
surprised
agree
at this
with-
point, Evan.
Sorry.
I'm just not even surprised. Like hiding, like you're surprised at this point that he had that there's inconsistencies in this list.
It's a new form. It's a new form.
It's a new form.
High School DxD in A tier. I
All
don't
right,
like High School
so-
DxD.
Yeah,
it
so High School DxD
deserves-
is definitely not like edgy with demons and etchy and
Bro,
stuff.
High School
Absolutely
DxD
not.
deserves A tier, okay? Like it just deserves it. It is a beautiful work of art.
He's not
Okay,
even
this
saying
is-
why at this point. He's
If,
just
if I
saying
could,
it's there.
if I could hang up High School DxD in a museum or an art gallery, I would.
But that's
But
not a
okay,
reason.
can you honestly
want a
answer this
reason.
question? Do you just watch High School DxD to beat off?
No, I actually think it has an interesting
Plot.
plot. Like the story is actually good.
Oh my god.
Because I've seen some of it. and
Unlike
no, it isn't.
Attack on Titan, which is in B tier.
I will say, if I could defend High School
So-
DxD on one point
Mhm.
exactly, the
Mhm.
first ED to High School DxD is a bop. It is an absolute freaking bop. The first ED for High School DxD is amazing. The rest of them kind of suck, but the first
mean,
one, oh man.
I don't want to be that guy, but every Attack on Titan opening was good, but it's still in B tier.
I don't know, man. To me, when someone says, "Oh, I like High School DxD for the plot," it's like when someone's like, "Oh, I like watching ASMR videos of hot girls eating bananas for the ASMR."
So I will say that I would put High School DxD in probably like a B. I do see the appeal, and it's one of the best of the genre. Because it does go a little bit beyond ecchi. Like the ecchi is great, don't get me wrong, but it does have some cool fight scenes, and it does have a plot. It's not amazing, but it has one at least. So I'd probably give it a B for like considering it is one of the best of the genre.
I would put it in D tier because I don't like High School DxD. But like, I mean, everyone has their own like, I have nothing against you, Evan, if you think it's A tier. It's just if it's only because of the plot, then I don't really know why it's above Attack on Titan or like Erased or Zankyo no Terror or Spirited Away or Elfen Lied.
Yeah, like I say, I love Keijo, and I do, but it's not for the plot, bro. Like I don't
Dude.
make that.
Just be a man and say it for the boobs.
Well, okay,
And
that was my whole thing. That was literally my whole thing, right? I was like,
No,
High
that
School
was not
DxD.
your
No, it was right because like this was like after the point where I think given Danmachi and S, and I was like, okay, High School DxD literally deserves A tier for the fact that it has a good story, and I could fap to it.
You just said
Okay.
you don't.
I said I could. Fap to
Okay,
it.
so you, as long as you
Theoretically.
admit that you're in it for the fapping too, at least one aspect. Then I respect that. I respect that, but don't just say, "Oh no, I watch it for the plot." But I would never fap. I would never fap to that.
I 100% have never fapped to it. I'm just saying, it has the potential.
I'm just saying, theoretically, if I were in the mood to jack my Johnson to a little non-hentai anime, this would be one of the categories I would choose. That's why it goes under A, next to Clannad After Story.
Yeah, that's again, this to me is
I
this
would
to me
say
is
it's a
like
good
someone
point, but
saying,
at the
"Oh, I
same
watch
time-
hot girls eating cucumbers ASMR for the ASMR."
For the
Anyways,
tingles. For the tingles.
Bro, I do that.
For the
don't you?
tingles, yeah.
He has the Konosuba in A tier now, and being that we've already established that he doesn't understand comedy, I don't know why it's so high for him.
What do you
but-
mean I don't understand comedy? Screw you. Konosuba is.
Also, High School DxD has some decent characters. C+, B- for Lord Burgo.
Okay, so yeah, Konosuba I think deserves A tier, and let's
Yes,
move on
and-
to S tier.
S tier! I was waiting for so long!
Okay. All right. I'm gonna start from like the middle of S tier. Because,
Don't start with the middle!
Nah,
You're
nah,
gonna
nah,
try
nah.
to skip one or two.
Explain the
Okay,
Naruto Shippuden like
Okay,
rule.
so now that we're finally here, okay?
Oh my
Naruto
God.
Shippuden. All right, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, I hope you have your popcorns ready. Take a water break. This might take a while. Naruto
So
Shippuden.
don't take a water break if you want them to hear you. Like, what's going on here? Mixed message.
Naruto Shippuden,
Okay.
has the greatest first episode in all of anime. For a few reasons, okay? And so let's see. It starts off. We have this crazy shot in the hallway with the footstep noises. It's going down the hallway. It's like the worst CGI I saw at the time. But it's great because it's like, what the fuck's going on? They're running through this hallway. They're checking doors. They're like, he's not here, not in here. There's no one here. And you're just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I don't know what they're looking for. Who are they looking for? And they get out. Eventually.
Maybe the guy that they were searching for the last 100 episodes that didn't cross your mind?
Yeah, and look, all right, it obviously did, but let me get to the point. See,
Okay.
they get out in the open and they see Yosai just standing there. He's looking up at someone, and
Meanwhile, you
Sakura-
don't know who Sai is, so it doesn't mean anything to you. I'm just clarifying. Continue.
Yes, at the time you don't. Sakura gets out there. She looks up, and there's a silhouette in Sakura's eye, and
it's
you know,
Evan.
that's where your balls start to drop, right? You're like, oh shit,
Oh.
that's Sasuke, right?
You're the guy that they
so,
were looking for the last 100
yeah,
episodes.
yeah. And shut the fuck up and let me explain them.
I'm just adding commentary.
So freaking Naruto gets outside, looks up at Sasuke, and you know, this is where, you know, the music just starts to get really, really intense, because these two are just they're meeting again, and it's like, holy shit, like, yo, shit's about to go down, right?
And it doesn't.
And can you shut the fuck up and let me explain? Can you just shut the fuck up and let me explain?
Alright,
No,
continue.
right. You know, they're just staring each other down. You feel the sexual energy coming off both of them.
There was no
right?
sexual.
There it was. Shut the fuck up. You feel the sexual energy coming off the two of them, and you know, Naruto's just like, Sasuke, you know, come back and shit, and Sasuke is all like, nah, bro, and he just starts explaining, you know, his whole like story or some shit.
Did
They
not
go into like a
explain his
flashback.
story.
Oh, he didn't explain. They go into a flashback, and you see their journey together, right? Like you
Flashback
see
in the
what
first
they
episode?
what they've both gone through, you know, why they both love each other so much. Like, it's at that moment you get a sense that
none of this
Naruto really just wants the dickening from Sasuke, okay?
Huh?
And you know, because Naruto wants the dickening.
I could
So
you're
you
Naruto
know,
Shippuden fanfic instead of the.
Look, just
So
shut
you're-
the fuck up and let me explain it. Like, right? So Sasuke eventually comes down. You know, he touches Naruto's shoulder, right? He just touches his shoulder, and it's
Yeah,
like,
shoulder.
oh shit.
That's
You know,
the
Naruto gets surprised. He's like, holy shit, this dude just fucking shumpoed or flash stepped to me, right? Like, you know, that shit shouldn't be possible in Naruto, but he does it. I mean, there's
Dude,
substitution,
everyone
for sure,
does
but like,
it in Naruto.
yeah,
Like, every
exactly.
single Jonin
What is
does
he
it.
going
Again,
on right
yeah,
now,
substitution
Evan?
just use this, but like, you know, he gets there. You know, you see Naruto obviously gets a boner because, you know, his eyes widen.
That doesn't matter.
You know, we
Wow.
go into Naruto's brain, and
we don't.
yes, we do. He sees the fucking
The
we
toxins
do
in his brain, it's
no,
in his stomach, bro.
the stomach, whatever. We see the nine tails. And Sasuke says that he always knew there was a greater power there, which, you know, again, you know, I think it was a reference to his penis. You know,
But it
after
wasn't.
that happens, you know, he crushes the nine tails little goop thingy, and then you know what happens? You know what happens after that?
Nothing happens after that.
One of the greatest fucking anime openings of all time.
Oh
and
my
this happened
god!
10 minutes into the
first
goddamn
Naruto
episode.
Shippuden
meaning
opening
that the-
wasn't great, bro.
What?
Okay, so
The
listen,
first Naruto
listen,
Shippuden opening wasn't even top 10 in Naruto.
You are
Evan.
crazy.
Evan. Like, a lot of people in the chat are asking, like, is Evan even a real person? Like, is this possible? And I'm really trying to understand here. This, to me, sounds like those MHA shippers that are like, oh my god, did you see when Kirishima, like, smiled and Bakugo gave him a thumbs up? They're clearly gay together, guys.
Guys, I
Bro,
really
oh my
hope-
god, I got little heartbeats in my Kokoro when I saw Nomu and Eri look at each other that way.
This
Guys,
stream
I
is
hope all of
genuinely
you
giving
in the
me a
chat know
headache right now. Thank you, Evan.
I hope all
Thank
of you in the chat know that I'm not being serious, okay? Like,
And by the way,
I am not
Evan-
being serious about any of this.
Yeah, you heard
Evan,
him.
even though he likes this type of Naruto Dojin, he is a heterosexual man, and he loves the ladies.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
And
you know?
feel free to fill out his Cuddle Buddy application.
Why would you make it sound so weird?
It
Or
is
read
really
hentai
weird,
with
Evan.
him.
Oh my god.
Is it weird that I don't know what
Girl.
Cuddle Buddy is?
Oh, I'll
look,
explain it to you after. You'll cry.
Okay.
Anyway, so the point is, we'll mention it first. Naruto Shippuden is in his S tier because even though he doesn't like the last 200 episodes, he does like the first episode. Even though it was a pretty mediocre first episode, let's be
so
honest.
much sexual energy there.
Okay. So let's name off some of the shows that he has here with Naruto Shippuden. He's got
Alright.
One
So
Piece,
We'll be
Hunter x
start-
Hunter.
We'll mention
on.
the good ones first. All right.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
Hunter x
Hunter
Hunter, One Piece, Psychopaths, Steins Gate, Gintama, Fullmetal Alchemist
Hold
Brotherhood.
on, wait. I wanted to mention Gintama. He never watched Gintama. He only put it here to simp for me.
No, I have seen. What the fuck? I have seen Gintama.
Not the whole Gintama.
No, I haven't. Obviously, I haven't finished it. There's so many fucking episodes.
What does that mean?
Gintama.
Obviously, you haven't finished it. You have One Piece here.
Yeah, but like, you know, I love One Piece so fucking much, but I also love
I
Gintama.
haven't finished it.
Okay, so
I
we have
haven't finished
Mob
it.
Psycho as well. We have Assassination Classroom, Death Note, Samurai Champloo, Silent Voice, Gurren Lagann. So mad respect for that.
He just
Haruhi-
put it here to simp for you. The reason why he has One Piece, Gintama, and
No,
Gurren Lagann here is
no,
to simp for us, bro.
No,
That's
that's
the
not.
only reason.
Obviously, I did not make this tier list for you guys.
Dude, you always have simping on the mind.
No.
So yeah, so we have Haruhi, Gurren Lagann,
last
and there's
thing I
another one that I
wanna
can't distinguish because of the tier maker thing.
I think it's Haruhi.
No, there's another one to the left of Gurren Lagann.
Oh, I can't,
what are you
I can't
looking
see
at?
it either. It's behind the tier list. You're right.
Left of Gurren
Oh,
Lagann. That is
Some kind of fate, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the
That's
Fate.
Fate Zero season 2. I don't know why.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
divided-
Yeah, they
Oh,
divided it
again,
weirdly.
season.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, so all of those I like, respect, except for the Naruto Shippuden thing. But then we also have Fairy Tail. No
Okay,
Game No
Fairy
Life.
Tail- Fairy Tail
Tail
was-
wasn't mentioned. Evan, hold on one second. I need to
Danmachi.
mention this. It's very
Okay.
important. When
Okay.
I first popped in to see what Evan was doing, I saw he put Fairy Tail in C tier. Now that's the second lowest tier on this entire list. And I called up Evan and I was like, Evan, isn't Fairy Tail your favorite anime? He said yes. I said, so what are you basing this list off of? He said it's a subjective list. It's based on what I like most. And I'm like, so why did you put Fairy Tail in C
No,
tier? And he's
no,
like, you know
no.
what? You're right.
No,
And he moves
no.
it right up to S tier.
No, I gave you a very detailed. No, see, he's missing some parts. I told him, yeah, it's based on what I like, but also it's based on, if characters have an N-word pass, or if the entire show is better than the first episode of Naruto Shippuden.
I don't know what this means. Well, then why
Yeah.
is that half of what's the whole S tier? Every single one of them apparently now has a better.
Obviously, it's not a real tier list.
It is a real tier list, Evan. If it took you 5 hours to make it, then it's a real tier list. And
Oh my
if you can move Fairy Tail on the blink of a dime, for like in a second, from C to S, bro, something is wrong.
So-
The literal reason I gave you was, okay,
And
Nux,
before
you
you-
came in here with the power of friendship, much like in Fairy Tail. That's
Evan.
why I moved it to S.
Evan, you think Guildarts doesn't deserve the N-word pass?
No, he does.
You just said that no one in Fairy Tail deserves the N-word pass. That's
no,
why.
No. Okay, well, when you said Gildarts, I thought you meant Gilgamesh from Fate. No, okay, no, he doesn't.
You're crazy, man.
So, cool. We have also No Game No Life here and Danmachi. So,
Doesn't even have a-
Danmachi
Okay,
is
no, wait,
better. Hold on, Nux. Danmachi is better than Evangelion,
All right.
Code Geass, Cowboy Bebop,
Mhm.
One Punch Man,
Okay.
Cloud After Story, Attack on
Okay.
Titan.
Okay. See, if I were to
People
rate
don't
this,
even know what Danmachi is. I'm just
if
gonna.
I were to rate this seriously, I would put Danmachi in D. But my
What?
my reason for giving it an S on stream, I said Hestia is, my favorite waifu of all time, which she is. I know a lot of people disagree. They think she's trash, whatever. I really like Hestia. But secondly, Hestia has a pair of double Ds. And, I did the math, and 2 Ds make an S, and that's why it's an S tier.
Well done. Honestly,
So,
I'm very happy that you have One Piece at the top of this list, but it's very disrespectful to me that you have Danmachi right next to it.
I mean, he has it for
Yeah.
everything.
Yes,
I mean,
Heidi.
Evan,
The
why
big
is high
twist-
school DxD in A then? If 2Ds equals S.
Okay,
I know,
okay,
true.
All right. See,
True.
they're multiplying the D's in that one. That's a little bit too much, right?
Oh, that's too. Now you can have too much lovely. I disagree. Anyway, the twist about this list is that it was all a Derridian deconstruction of the tier list concept by the genius level, galaxy-brained Evanito.
Evanito's IQ is so dumb high. He has an IQ of like 189.
It was never meant to be serious. The fact
I'm
that so
very
many people have-
excited. I'm not gonna lie because I think that I'm just gonna send this to Core, tell Core to be as brutal as possible, and I'm gonna upload it to my main channel for everyone.
It was-
To be fair with you, Evan, even though your logic with a lot of these was really bad, and even though
Actually
there's
terrible.
some outliers like Danmachi and Attack on Titan and Elfen Lied, a lot of this stuff is pretty solid in my opinion, and I
Oh
respect
my
a lot
god,
of your taste.
Animac, bro, do you realize what you just did?
But
It's like Evan's the most disrespected person right now in the entire Rant Cafe verse, and you're just putting yourself on that level, man.
hey, I think that a lot of the anime he
Wait.
put, with some obvious exceptions, a lot of the anime he put like in S and A, I really like.
Obviously,
So, you know,
Yeah, Animac.
it's not the worst list ever,
it's just
but it's not the best at all.
I would put this list in D tier. No. I would put this list in never watched because I want to erase it from my memory.
I feel that. Can I just say? I also,
You know
much
how
like
I said
Animac.
He has a few things in this list that are human error. Nah, fam, this list is human error.
So
List is Boruto tier.
I would like to say that, much like Animac, I also agree with many of the placements that he's done. Not all of them,
For
but
the
many
wrong
of them.
reason.
But the problem is, every time he tried to explain his placement, it just ruined everything. The logic behind the placement was terrible.
Briggs, ReZero B tier. You see Briggs. All right, Evan, I'm with you. Because of Rem. Shoots his laser eyes at him.
It makes sense that Evan would like a cuck.
Wow.
This is fine. This is fine.
Evan, hi. You're a 2019
Dean
guy.
I love you, Evan. I do. I love you, Evan. Thank you for doing this and like being willing to go through all this.
No
guys,
problem.
please
Jacking
support
off to this.
Evan. Check him
That-
out, Evan Eats Zero on YouTube. Check him out on Twitter. Respect and support this man because one day we want to do the true Clash of Titans. We want to do a debate on anime taste between Anime Recon and Evanito. We want to make it happen.
I'm pretty sure Ricard still has worse taste in anime.
Bruh, his taste is looking good right about now. His taste is looking pretty good.
See, again, the difference is I did this out of jest. He did his seriously.
No, you did this seriously too, bro. If it took you 5
No, I
hours.
did not.
Anyway,
If it
you
took you
know
5
what,
hours.
dude? I have a crazy thought. Animac, Briggs, and I will be judges, and we'll mention anime for Recon and Evan to debate live, and we'll pick who wins the debate.
Yeah, it's like
God.
Rant Cafe's Got Talent.
Yes.
I joined the debate team in high school and I quit like after like a week and a half because I was like I suck at debating.
Well,
But,
it'll
but
go
Recon
great.
is great, so you're
could have
screwed.
fooled me.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, Recon's pretty solid at debating, though.
Yeah.
Kirito would beat like Guts in a sword fight, so therefore he's probably stronger than Goku, like type logic. You know.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Langer gifted
Holy
100
shit.
subs! Oh,
100
Jesus.
subs.
What
God
is going
damn.
on, Langert?
This dude
Two.
is like gifted like 300
This
subs to you guys
king.
by now.
This absolute king. What do I gotta do to make content that he likes?
Well, you gotta have Evan on, obviously. Evan is the king.
No, it's not.
I
me.
roasted
It's
I
all,
roasted Evan on my
it's
stream
all
the
you
other
guys.
No, honestly though, Evan,
man, I wish
logic
Evan
is weird, but I do respect you.
I wish Evan had
And-
10 million subscribers so I could just like make videos roasting him.
And like 80% of this list
What,
is
you afraid
okay.
to punch down, Nux?
No, I'd punch down. I just won't get views.
Oh, that's
If,
rough.
if I'd get like 1 million views roasting your ass, you can bet your bottom dollar I'd do it.
And if you guys were wondering why I got 1,000 subs on Twitch and now have to do a 24-hour stream, Langert is a large part of that. You're welcome for bringing him here.
Oh wow.
Dang. Langert's a king. Holy
He is a
cow.
king.
You want
He
to
is a
check out
king.
Hiding in Public stream after this?
Yeah, and you know what, guys? You always call Evan a simp.
Facts.
And I don't
He's a
think-
massive simp.
And
That's
you
why
know,
he-
that's harsh. But
Whoa,
you guys
Space
are always
with
forgetting.
50 subs!
Oh my
They've been
God.
fighting. They've been battling. This is a war of the best.
Holy
Oh yeah,
Lord.
some more subs coming in. Thank you, Woke Space.
Y'all have
You guys are
bottomless
crazy.
bank accounts.
But no, let
That
me
is
let
amazing.
me share this piece of
This is like the
logic with you
Marine
guys.
Ford of like, sub war.
I don't know what that is, so don't spoil me. Don't spoil me, Lock. But
Spoiler
So-
you, what do you mean? What do you think it's from?
Yeah.
I know that's an arc in One Piece.
Bro, how can you have seen ahead in One Piece? You just spoiled yourself. Oh god.
I just know the name of the arc. Okay, so listen to this piece of logic, right? So everyone says Evan's a simp, blah blah blah. But did you guys know? Did you know that simping is kink shit?
Bro, Langer
Nope.
just gifted 50 more
Uh,
subs.
Oh my God.
This is insane.
This is amazing. This is unbelievable. Thank you so much for the support, guys.
A
Like,
god
Yeah,
among
thank you
men.
guys so much. We love you. We love Evan and Hiding as well.
We do.
Oh, by the way, yeah, check out Hiding in Public too. I kind of like shouted out Evan. It's definitely not that I didn't shout out Hiding because we're trying to get more subs on him than him on the Rant Cafe YouTube channel. Do check out Hiding in Public. He makes quality content
And he streams.
and he streams and he plays the guitar.
And feel free
He's
to
also
catch
a great singer.
And feel free to catch great tier lists like this made live on Evan's stream.
After
I would honestly,
watch.
watch. I would watch a tier list he makes just to hear his reasons. Like at this point,
I'm never making a tier list again. I never made a tier list during the tier list craze last year. I was like, I hate tier lists, and I finally decided to do one, and I get roasted to hell.
You get punished for it.
Oh, I wanted to do this. Thank you very much, Ara Daze for gifting a sub, Kukiun for gifting a sub, Soul Slayer for 2 subs, Metal Mama for 10 subs, F Penimus for 10 subs, Sam the Gumman for 10 subs, Ludicrous Fun for 150 subs, Woke Space for 206 subs, and Langard for 250 subs.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
thank you guys a lot. Really appreciate it. And bits, we got some bits as well too, so thank you guys for that too.
Bro, thank you so much. That's pretty epic.
This has been quite the episode. Thank you, Evan, for being a good sport. You know that I respect you more than these guys do, but what can you do?
I love you. Well, hiding respects me too, you know.
And that's what.
Why are you laughing at that? What the?
Yeah. Evan, I'm guessing you never saw that stream Hiding did with the guitar.
No, I did. Hiding is a good boy. We love
Depends
each other.
which one it's talking about.
Yes, but yeah. So anyway, you will be immortalized, both of you, in the Rant Cafe Isekai, and you deserve it. You are true gentlemen. And yeah, let's call it a stream, guys. This was quite a long episode, but a good one. It was a lot of fun. And until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.
Bang!